Okay. All right. Hello, everybody. Welcome back to House and Fata Morgana, a Requiem for Innocence. Last time, we learned that Jacopo can really hold his liquor. Like, holy shit, damn. And Morgana was slowly getting used to her new surroundings. And we also learned a lot about Maria, who is apparently Arrow Ace. That is really cool. Anyway, hello, Void Dweller, Apparition Soars, and Chichan and OA. Woo! Welcome. I'm so happy to have you all here. Boy, Jacopo really is a different person from who he became. Like, even at the end of Fata Morgana, it's so sad to see. Like, it's every time I hear like a statement from him, it is so goddamn painful. Jeez. Oh, that is so cool, G-Chud. Jacopo. And we're gonna see further how he fell into ruin. Let's get back into it.
My entire head is throbbing. Oh, what a wonderful way to start the day. I'd like to sleep in for another 6 to 12 hours, but I still have things to take care of after yesterday. First, down to the pub to talk to the gang.
Well, that's a bit loud for me, but it's okay, OA.
I drank way too much. Dear God.
Jacopo! Jacopo! I need your help! I can't carry everyone out all by myself!
Alright, I'll drag him out into the streets. Please don't shout though. My head hurts enough as it is.
Oh, thank you! Yes, she is shouting. I knew it.
I said stop shouting, jeez Louise. Ugh. I guess I'll start with him. Morning, friends.
Oh, it's the big guy from last night.
Name's Grayson. Try not to forget it, because you'll be seeing a lot of me.
Although, since you're not in the main story of Fata Morgana, who knows? I still have that bad feeling about him.
Oh, which reminds me, I never got your name.
Oh, just a trifling little flower! My name isn't important, but if you would lend us a hand, that would be lovely!
A hand with what? I'm just here for the booze.
Haven't you had enough?
I'll tell you when I've had enough. Not even close.
Well, there isn't anything left! Or did you forget? The two of you, last night, drank the whole town dry! We're just gonna be a plain old restaurant for at least the next few days!
Oh well, that's a crying shame.
And whose fault do you think that is?
Ugh, how many more trips is this gonna take? They're all still out like rocks. Huh? Oh, I thought they erected a new wall for a second, but it's just you. Just so we're clear, since there wasn't any real resolution last night, you passed out first, which means I... Hey! Top of the morning to you, Jacopo.
Is he supposed to be Irish? Because from the way his accent looked, it's, I thought he had a southernish accent.
And what a beautiful morning it is! Yeah, you seem to be doing quite well. What happened to the aggressively competitive Gratian from last night? I had y'all wrong, Jacopo. What?
Oh god, I've never done an Irish accent before. God, I think for the continuity's sake, I'll stick with the one I gave him. Damn, I wish I'd known that previously. Yeah.
I had you pegged for your stuck-up ass rich boy kind of fella, but you drunk like a real pro.
That's the best I can do. Oh yeah, that's right. I did it with the pirate, the sea captain in Umineko. That's yeah. The Irish voice I can do is a bit. It's not gruff enough for his character. It's like more of like a skinny character. Like I don't know. I even though he's probably Irish, I think I'll stick with the. I think I'll stick with the accent I gave him. Because I think it fits his character more. Like
he's a big buff guy.
Like.
True measure of a man is how well he holds his booze. And you prove yourself. You're one hell of a man.
Oh. Sure.
Pshaw. At least give me a hearty hell yeah, would you? Jeez Louise. Don't tell me I was wrong about being wrong about you.
I'm not just at full capacity at the moment. It's taken me a little longer than normal to process.
Anywho, point is, you got my seal of approval. We helped each other out back at Lord Asswife's Manor, but now we're comrades, partners in crime.
Hold up.
What? You don't want to be partners?
I never said that. You make it sound like you're planning on staying, though.
I most certainly do.
You were one of the Lord's slaves. You know, the slaves who incited the revolt? It's not safe for you to stay here. If someone would have identified you, you'd be dead.
Gah! Life's too short to quibble over shit like someone might be trying to kill you.
It's hardly quibbling. There's a reason we all had the other slaves transported to different cities.
Trust me, I know it ain't safe for me to stick around. But I want to be here when that whore son finally gets what's coming. Like hell, I'm bailing before his head's on a pike.
Okay then. As long as you're aware of the risks, that's your choice to make. And in that case, I'm glad to have you. The addition of such a valiant comrade should prove quite inspiring to the rest of the gang.
You're damn right it will. You should have just said that to begin with. Skip all the not safe nonsense. Besides, everything you just said applies the same to you. As far as anyone in the matter is concerned, you're a slave as much as me. And your infiltration job didn't exactly have you laying low. They'll recognize you for sure.
Fair enough, I suppose. I haven't heard of any wanted posters going up yet, but you're right, it's best to remain cautious for now. Though, as long as we keep to the slums, we should be relatively safe. For the time being, anyway.
As amusing as that thought is, As amusing as a thought as that is, we're safer in this lawless dump than in the city proper.
Indeed. But the gang has eyes and ears covering the entire district. If someone who doesn't belong shows up, word will spread quickly.
So as the Lord's guards try to slip in, they'll cover be blown just like that, eh?
Precisely. Which isn't to say it's a good part of town, of course. We have more than our fair share of hooligans. You just have to be able to protect yourself. Which I thought will be an issue for you.
Hell yeah! Bring on the pickpockets. I'll rob every last one of them blind, maybe even literally.
I'm glad he's on our side. Well, if you're going to be staying here, I should probably show you more than just our pub of choice. You need to find work as well. Not that that should prove any trouble. With your muscle, you can choose pretty much anything. Bodyguard, a carpenter, a metal worker, whatever you like. But first... could I ask you to help me get these dolts outside?
Where do you want me to toss them?
Be gentle with them, if you would. They are ours, for what it's worth. Such nice scenes. I wonder how long they're gonna last. Good lord. Between cleaning up at the pub and showing Gratian around town, there goes most of my day. The brothel's probably open by now. Though through the back entrance it is. Through the back entrance it is, you said, sorry. Hey, anyone home? No one. Not even the girl. Don't tell me she went wandering out in her condition. Oh, hey there, Jacopo. Perfect time. Maria, the girl! Where did she go? Huh? Now, she was here the last I checked. Last you checked? You're supposed to be looking after her. Anyway, help me look for her. Yeah, I don't think that'll, Excuse me? Turn around. Oh, wow, she gets a Sprite. In that condition. Oh my god. Oh my god, wow. Where have you been? Oh my god, poor Morgana. Jeez. I didn't even sense her approaching. I swear, she just appeared there, like a ghost. And where did you get those clothes? Oh, yeah. We were digging around the dressing room and found it there. I don't think I've seen this sprite of her. Oh, hey. She did have a sprite, but it definitely... I don't think it was like this. Because she had the skeleton hand. That, like, reached out. That... When, And I'm pretty sure she's not going to have that here. Now, I wanted her to get into something a little cuter. But she insisted on that. I didn't even know we had clothes that bland here. Girls come and go, though, so it probably belong to someone who's not around anymore. Still, I'm shocked anyone who worked here ever wore such a boner killer. Jeez. It's a cloak for pilgrimages. Huh? An outfit someone wears while on a pilgrimage. This is far, far more beautiful than any of those filthy whore rags. A pilgrimage, huh? I never would have guessed we had a girl who was into that. Yet she abandoned her spiritual journey and entered into this den of sinners. I guess? Nevertheless, I am glad there was clothing suitable for me to wear. Yeah, talk about luck. Anyway, I got an appointment. I'll be back.
Hey, Maria! I get that she's difficult, but you didn't have to ditch me, damn it. It is a rather plain outfit, though. All black and brown. She'd probably blend in quite well with the darkness. Which would explain why I couldn't find him when I got here.
Why are you staring at me?
Well, I'm glad you found something you could wear with your brooch. Also, God, keeping a conversation going with her is like pulling teeth.
Yep, people say that to me all the time. It's very hard for me to talk when there's not a game in front of me to comment about. Or a show or something like that. I can never, ever think of things to talk about. Unless something literally just happened to me. Like, unless there's something in front of me for me to talk about. Like, I can never find things to say. Oh my god.
Yeah, you look like you're doing a lot better than yesterday. Much more color in your cheeks.
As if you can tell the difference beneath all these scars.
It's an expression. I'm just saying you look much better.
Oh my god, oh you're right. It does look like that weird outfit he wore in 999.
You could barely even sit up yesterday. You're recovering impressively quickly. I imagine it won't be long before you're back at full capacity.
Yesterday.
Huh? What about yesterday?
Thank you for rescuing me.
Whoa! Right. That. No, don't mention it. It was nothing, really.
That's not what you said last night.
Oh, come on, just let me be humble, would you? Anyway, I wasn't expecting that. I was readying myself for another argument. I also wasn't sure how much of what happened you even remembered, with how hysterical you got.
I was not hysterical.
My arm begs to...
My mind was clear almost the whole time. I remember everything. First a slave, you saved my life from the wicked lord.
I'm not actually a slave, but details.
You took me by the arm, put me on your back, and fled from the lord's manor.
That I did.
I was a little hazy for some of the trip, but by the time you reached the poor quarter, my mind had cleared up almost entirely.
What?
My consciousness had returned by that point.
Oh?
You brought me to this brothel, and yes, at first I was frightened, because I believed you meant to have me become a whore. But that is the one and only instance of me last night you could describe as hysterical. I remember everything. Quite well, thank you.
Okay then. Fair enough. You're right. I can't tell if she's sincere or just trying to convince herself.
Same.
but she seems unusually repulsed by the idea of losing her cool. She's not entirely right, but she's not entirely wrong either. So I'll let her have this one. In any event, you've recovered well enough to hold a conversation, which is great to see. What do you mean to do with me now? Better question. What do you want to do? Alright. Well, here's an idea. If you don't have anything, you can stay here until you're all the way back on your feet. Maria's already set aside that room for you. You want me to stay in this vile gathering place of sinners? You do realize who you're talking about, right? Those vile sinners are the ones who took you in. Oh, agreed to look after you. They're no different than you and me. Just doing what they must to get by. I am not like them. You're right. They don't look down on others for their line of work.
Oh my god! Wow! Ooh! Morgana's been burned enough, Jacopo. Please.
At the very least, try to keep your careless prejudice against prostitutes to yourself when they're around, would you? Why? It is my sacred duty to spread the word of God. Indulging in carnal pleasure is a sin, no matter the reason. Prostitutes are filthy, tainted women. Jeez, did all that blood the Lord took cause your damn heart to shrivel up? In what world is it reasonable for you to go up to the woman offering you sanctuary and call them to their faces sinners? Show them some gratitude, damn it!
Jacopo, what happened to you? Oh god! This Jacopo is a completely different person. Oh, this is so painful. Oh god, seriously.
You are the one who brought me here. I never asked him to do anything for me.
Damn, he is pissed.
Oh, fine. Whatever. If you're that opposed to staying here, then go. Get the hell out. You don't deserve their hospitality. Go off and preach the word of God and call everyone sinners. I expect someone will find you dead on the side of the road in less than a fortnight. Very well. Thank you for yesterday. And farewell. Wait! Wait. Yes? Are you insane? You're not supposed to actually go. You're the one who told me to leave. I just... Ugh. After a great start with 3 years of ice breaking, Jacopo. She's been through hell, you know that. I'm sorry. I take everything back. That was extremely childish of me. So please reconsider. I wouldn't be able to sleep at night knowing I chased you out. You cannot seem to make up your mind, can you? It was a heat of the moment thing, I didn't mean it. I'm sorry. I don't actually want you to leave. Good lord. Alright, the ointment. Did you apply it like I told you to? No. Really? Well, in that case, I'll do it now. You need help with your back either way. You're a very curious man. Huh? Why do you say that? No reason. I'm simply saying the first thing that came to mind. Don't tell me you think I have an unscrupulous taste like Maria seems to believe. Let me make this perfectly clear. I will not lay a finger on you.
This Jacopo is so nice.
You're just a child, for God's sake. No, sit down. Oh, look at that. I thought I had the butter on this.
Is something the matter?
I never told you to undress.
Were you wanting to apply the ointment to my clothes, then?
Good point. That wouldn't help very much, would it? God damn it, Jacopo, calm the hell down. You're trying to make yourself look like a liar. She just caught me off guard, that's all.
The girl quietly disrobed, then knelt down. She had been naked when I saved her from the
Lord. So wasn't like this my first time seeing her unclothed. But that was in the middle of a revolt. I didn't exactly have the time to get a good look. She was frighteningly scrawny. Her arms barely any bigger than the bones within. Her skin was so pale I could see the blue veins running beneath it. And then of course there was the crisscrossing web of scars. Each one stood out clearly against her pale skin. The scars covered her whole body, front and back. I could barely find a patch of skin that hadn't been desecrated. Looking at her, I was gripping with a mix of burning rage and bitter sadness, neither of which I had a source of relief for. But the most upsetting thing was how she was just sat there, exposed, completely emotionless. Quite a change from how she behaved last night. Today I'm the one doing all the shouting. Almost feels like I'm looking at a lifeless puppet. I scooped up some of the ointment with my fingers and gently rubbed it across her wounded flesh. Every time my hand made contact, she shuddered, but she never recoiled or objected. No, it felt less like she was willingly accepting my aid, and more like she was simply enduring, waiting for it to be over. It was almost silent in the room, save for the cries and moaning that made its way through the walls.
Hello, Hala Mirage. Welcome to the stream.
Sitting naked in a brothel while a strange man rubbed medicine on her, I can only imagine how unpleasant that must be, considering how devout she seemed to be. She was probably doing everything in her power to cut herself off from the whole experience. I wondered if perhaps she might one day come to realize that we were not trying to insult her demeanor, and that we were simply concerned for her, and we wanted to give her a place she could feel safe. So is this all the Lord's doing? You don't have to answer if you're not comfortable.
Except for my arms. Yes.
Someone else did your arms then?
No. I cut them myself.
You? I thought that suicide was a sin. Is self-mutilation allowed then? I'm not sure what the rules on that are. You have a lot to live for. And that was about the extent of our conversation as I applied the ointment. I couldn't come up with any small talk and I didn't really want to press any further about his scars or a time with the Lord. So I quietly worked, and she quietly let me do my work. By the time it was all over, I was exhausted. Felt like it had taken more out of me than the couple of hours I had spent dragging unconscious drunks from the pub. When I told her I was finished, she let out a sigh of relief. The first sign of emotion I had seen from her since we began.
Yeah, this is super awkward. Jeez. Thank you.
Oh, wait, we're not quite done. Still have to take care of... Oh, your face. That's it.
No. I'm fine, thank you.
I beg to differ. If anything, you should be most concerned about your face. Now come on, look at me.
Do I have to?
Well, yeah. It'd be kind of silly to do everything but your face.
I can do it myself.
Sure, yeah, not happening. I'm gonna finish what I started.
Why can't I do it myself?
Because my gut tells me you'll just slap a little on and call it done. I want to make sure it's taken care of properly. So look at me, show me your face.
Fine.
It was bizarre how she had so little hesitation exposing her naked body, yet vehemently resisted letting me see her face.
Oh boy, Jacopo. Jeez Louise.
With anyone else I knew, it would be the other way around. The wounds on her face seemed to hold much more significance to her than those on the rest of her body. When she asked me to kill her yesterday, it was immediately after seeing herself in the mirror. But if the marks on her face were that upsetting, wouldn't she want them to heal? So why was she fighting me about it? Did she have some other reason to hide a face from me? Whatever it was that drove her actions, I couldn't make any sense of it. Let me know if it stings. Relax, I won't bite.
I'm gonna hold you to that. Oh boy.
You weren't this tense when I was applying the appointment to the rest of you.
Oh, just get it over with.
Alright, alright. You know, I just realized I don't know your name. Would you mind telling me? No? You won't tell me? Well, in that case, I'll just have to come up with something to call you myself. I'm serious. I'll pick the first thing that comes to mind. There's still time. You just have to tell me your name. Okay, then. You had your chance. Allison it is, because you bite just like an alley cat. I'll tell the Goyles here to call you that too.
Please don't.
Oh, finally you speak. If you're not happy with the name, tell me what to call you. You have until the count of 3 and then you're Allison for good. 1, 2, 3. Isn't your whole name, is it? Huh, so you I can understand being a little embarrassed about that. It's not my place to talk, I know, and I don't mean any ill will. But that's a very, unfortunate name you were given.
That's not my name. It's Morgana.
Now that wasn't so hard, was it? That's a nice name.
Hilarious, Chi-chan.
It's a nice name, Morgana. I like it. Also, it reminds me of my homeland.
Your homeland?
Yeah. I mean, I hardly remember anything about my childhood anymore. I couldn't even tell you the name of the country. But I have, these vague memories of how the language sounded. And your name. It doesn't sound like a name native to these parts. Sounds like something that would fit right in with the memories of my homeland. I'd wager a guess you probably come from the same part of the world as me.
Oh my god, apparition. You guys are amazing.
If you go back far enough, you might even find we share ancestors. But who knows? How do you like that? Found a little sense of kinship?
The thought very much displeases me.
Well, okay then. Be a grouch. I'll let it slide though. Getting your name out of you put me in a good mood. It's nice to formally make your acquaintance, Morgana. My name's Jacopo. Hey Morgana. One day, I will show you the world.
Sorry, I can't read that, and I can't, there's no way I could read that sentence, and not in the song.
What? Oh, there's so much more out there than this tiny little corner of a voice we're rotting away in. More than you can possibly imagine. I'm gonna go out into the world, experience true freedom.
Damn, that was Jacopo's wish, eh? To be an explorer? Kind of ironic, considering what happened to him.
And I'm gonna bring you with me.
Oh god, what did I do? Oh, just the options.
So try to stay positive. Once you see for yourself how much bigger the world out there is, how different every region and its people are, it might change your perspective on things a bit.
What happened to you? What happened to you? God damn it, Jacopo. You used to be such a nice person. Seriously. Oh god, this is heartbreaking. How did you become such a monster? Ugh. Jeez.
It might even help you forget some of the crap you've been through. Alright, now I'm done. That ended up pretty much taking all the ointment. I'll have to go buy some more. Well, I should probably get going. Will you be alright on your own?
I would much prefer it, in fact.
Alright. Sorry to be such a nuisance. See you again tomorrow.
My whole body is all slimy. After the slave man left, I retreated to a corner of the room, sat down, and pulled my knees up to my chest. Through the walls, I could hear men and women singing, so I plugged my ears in an attempt to block out the vile noise. It was filthy here. And if I remained in this place too long, it would probably taint my soul. I needed to get out as soon as possible, but I couldn't bring myself to leave. My body refused to cooperate. Just thinking about going out there into the slums, all alone, sent uncomfortable shivers down my spine. I was the daughter of God. What did I have to fear? Such worldly emotions were unbefitting of a saint. I was pitiful, pathetic, and I hated it. I have nothing to fear. God will always lead his saint to wherever he needs her most. And as long as I could continue performing miracles, people will acknowledge me as the true daughter of God. I have nothing to fear.
You're a damned witch wearing a saint's skin.
Will they, though? Will anyone look at me and see a saint? I can hardly see a saint in this face. The Lord and his guests with their revulsion, their fear, that was the appropriate reaction. I can't believe, Soros. I refuse to believe that. That was a sound effect in Garfield. Seriously. What could that possibly be a sound effect for? There is no possible fucking way. That's like, if you want to look up, that's as big a coincidence as, there's a song in Phineas and Ferb that is, called, Squirrels in My Pants. But, during the song, they were dancing to it, and the abbreviation of the song was flashing in big letters in the background of the song. They never said the abbreviation of the song, but it's absolutely hilarious in hindsight. Oh my god. If you want to see it, you can easily find it on YouTube. Phineas and Ferb had some really good songs. And that is such a wholesome, great show. I know, Titanias. I only have tasted the most refined children's programming. Anyway, back to the story. I was repulsive. Ain't that a mood? Not something to be welcomed with open arms. Saints and angels were always spoken of as beautiful, while demons and witches were spoken of as hideous. I mean, Morgana, to your credit, I never thought of scars making someone look ugly. I don't know, I always consider beauty to be more the shape of your face than like it being scarred or stuff on it. Like, I could definitely see you have a very beautiful looking face, even with all the scars. Be grateful that, you know, you don't have a misshapen jaw or like a giant forehead or something like that, you know. Any miracles I performed would be seen as the work of the devil, not God. But it didn't matter. It was my sacred duty to offer a helping hand to anyone in need, no matter how much persecution I suffered for it. My heart was resolute, but my head is all muddled. I can't stand this. One day, I'll show you the world. thinking about the slave man only made an even bigger mess inside my head. It wasn't all unpleasant, though. He didn't push me away because of how I looked. He treated me like an ordinary girl, not a witch. Oh, that's ironic. And not a saint either. And besides, I was being disrespectful. I knew that. He was well within his rights to be angry. He could have let me go, but he didn't. He got angry, but he told me to stay. Put ointment on me. Smiled, even. A very curious man indeed. And then there was what he had said about his homeland. Just because my name reminded me of him of where he came from, didn't mean I came from there as well. That's true, G-Town. That's because my name... Oh, never mind that nonsense about us sharing ancestors. I had no bloodline to trace back. My mother had conceived me without knowing man, and my father resided in the heavens above, the Lord God. Oh, I'm sorry, Oe. Jeez. Oh, that's terrible, Oe. I'm sorry. The very idea that we shared blood was absurd. And yet, what if, somewhere on this earth, there are people who share my blood? Well, I mean on your mother's side also, Morgana. Who feel what I do, who think what I think, who see the world the same as me. What if somewhere like that really does exist? That would be very... so very... Oh, and time flowed ever onward, carrying them forward. Okay, so a bit of a time skip here. There she is. An early summer breeze blew past, rustling vivid green leaves. With the pleasantly warm wind at my back, I entered a graveyard. Anyone who wasn't from around here would probably have thought it nothing more than a curious arrangement of stones on an abandoned plot of land, though. And it looks like a graveyard to me. You guys. No one knew the names of most of those buried here. And they probably died without anyone by their sides. In death, though, they finally found themselves with someone to give them attention, to show them love. Love in the form of a prayer for the repose of their souls. And on this abandoned plot of land knelt its de facto caretaker, a young girl and the only person who paid the dead what lay here any mind. She's too deep in prayer. I guess I'll have to wait. Oh God, oh God, oh God, oh God. Oh no. Uh-oh. You know what's gonna happen next. It had been a little under 2.5 years since I had rescued Morgana from the Lord's Manor. Much to my chagrin, I do not know how to say that word. Did I say that correctly? I've heard that, I've seen that word typed so many times throughout my life, but I have no idea how to pronounce it. She was still far from anything that could be described as opening up. But she wasn't quite as distant as before, from my perspective at least. She had stopped calling the girls at the brothel vile and impure, and she was even somewhat conversational. Sometimes. It seemed to me her trauma had loosened its grip on her, if only a little. Of course, she had a tendency to be on the brutally blunt side, which became more obvious as she started talking more. And I felt like the brutal part was getting more prominent every day. Though I suppose it was a good sign. Better than her refusing to interact at all, at least. Probably. She had also, most notably, begun showing signs of independence. Burying and sending off the dead who had no family or loved ones to do it for them was one such activity she had taken on. Living in the slums, it was hardly uncommon to see corpses abandoned in alleyways or on the side of the road. Generally speaking, they would be tossed off into a ditch somewhere out of the way to rot. But over the past couple of years, that had stopped happening. Because Morgana had taken it on herself to give them proper burials and a gravestone. Nothing fancy, just a plain slab of rock to mark the grave. But it certainly seemed much more respectable than the alternative. Every day she came out to the graveyard to pray for the departed. She had always seemed a bit abnormally pious, but there was something almost frightening about her dedication to the task. She was only 9 years old at the time of the slave revolt, which made her 11 now. And rather than play with other children her age, she collected abandoned corpses in the slums and brought them here to bury and pray for. Abnormal didn't even begin to describe it. Some time ago I asked her, why don't you go out and play like the other children? To which she calmly responded, I could not possibly waste my time idly engaging in worldly recreation. I knew that God was the most important figure in her life. But it still seemed excessive. Not even a convent was that draconian. I've had numerous attempts to warm her up, but they all fell flat. Nothing I said seemed to make it through the heavy wall she had built around herself. And that was how Morgana acted around me and the girls at the brothel, those closest to her. The rest of the town could hardly get within shouting distance before being shut out. Although it wasn't like they tried either. Most everyone else actively distanced themselves from her. On some level, they appreciated her taking care of the bodies that showed up, but ultimately to them she was little more than a spider that captured more dangerous insects, begrudgingly left to its own devices. Hardly anyone found it pleasant, and they didn't hide it either. But not just because of her choice in hobbies. The biggest factor was, of course, may your soul find eternal peace. The disquieting marks covering her face.
You all done?
I didn't realize you were there.
Been here for a little while now. You should really pay more attention to your surroundings. This isn't exactly the safest area.
Why bother? No one is going to do anything to me.
Maybe not now, but a few years down the line, that's a whole nother story. You should get in the habit early. You're a grown girl and your face could very well be better by then too. Never mind the fact that there are people out there who will take anything as long as it's got quill pots. What if one of them decides to target you?
Appalling. Jacopo. He's still a nice guy.
Aren't they? Which is why you should be a little more careful.
My God, Jacopo. You are an appalling man.
Why am I appalling?
Because a thought crossed your mind.
It did not. I'm just saying there are people out there who think like that, and you need to look out for yourself.
The fact that you would say that at all is appalling. He's just trying to warn you.
I'm just looking out for you.
Oh Lord, may this sinful man be cast down into hell where he belongs.
Jeez, you know no mercy, do you? I feel like you treat these corpses nicer than you do me.
You'd be correct. If you want to be me to be nice to you, go die. Oh, what a line!
This Goyler's got no mercy. Anyway, if you're done praying, get over here. It's ointment time.
How many times must I tell you? You're wasting your time.
Don't be such a pessimist. Rome wasn't built in a day.
And there are still other ointments we haven't tried. I'm not being pessimistic. I just...
Then unless you want to stay looking like that, what do you have to lose? Now come on, off with the hood.
You are a very stubborn man.
Pot kettle. Huh, call me what you want. Nothing you can say will bother me in the slightest.
I loathe you.
What?
You were saying?
You're kidding, right?
Partially.
You little...
My God, they're like a comedy act right now. Jeez. You guys. Oh. This is so heartbreaking. God damn it. Wow, I just... Ugh. I just... Oh man, Jacopo. I am literally like trying to shedding tears right now because of what happened to him. Oh God. Seriously. Mourning the Jacopo that was. I thought you were going to apply the ointment. What are you waiting for? I sighed a little and gave her a little glow. Then scooped up some ointment with my fingers. Morgana angled her face toward the floor, closed her eyes, and waited for me to begin. There was an element within the gang that gave me flack all the time I spent
for all the time looking after and caring for Morgana. Well, it was mostly discretion, actually. If I were you, I would have tossed that ungrateful brat on out on her ass years ago. Would be another story if you were a looker, of course. And to a degree, I understood where he was coming from. I certainly would have appreciated a little gratitude. On the other hand, all the time I spent with her, even if it was largely being verbally abused, allowed me to notice the more subtle changes in her mannerisms. And seeing that growth, however small, was one of the things that motivated me to keep at it. For example, a year ago when I went to make physical contact with her, I would have to verbally reassure her I had no intention to do any harm, or she was likely to start shouting. And even if she didn't, she would sit there the whole time I applied ointment, incredibly stiff. Now she was more relaxed. I could even sense a sort of trust emanating from within her as my fingers rubbed against her skin. It wasn't my imagination. At least I didn't think it was. It was only perceptible through the act of making direct physical contact. That said, she is still borderline inscrutable. As I massaged the ointment into her skin, I traced the outline of a face with the flat of my thumb. The vast majority of her face was discolored, and in places patches had festered and fallen off. Oh God! The skin at the corners of her lips was shriveled and coiled up, which I could only imagine was fairly painful. It was so rough and uneven, hardly a pleasant sensation, and a far cry from the clean, smooth skin most girls her age would have. Maybe she's right. You'd think it would show some sign of healing by now if I was ever going to. Despite my constant insistence that she stay optimistic, it was probably me who was most disappointed, most frustrated at the complete lack of improvement. The ointment wasn't cheap, to be sure, but I didn't give a damn about the money. It was a sense of hopelessness that got me, and it was all for nothing. Back when we first took her in, Maria had suggested the marks on her face. Morgana's face might be a manifestation of something psychological or emotional. And I was beginning to think she was right. That wasn't going to stop me from trying, though. That was the only thing I could think of to do for her. I wonder what she'll look like when she's all healed. Maybe she smiled for me once. I'd like to see that someday. Hello. Is anyone in there? Huh? You need something? Oh, sorry, I got lost in my thoughts. I was out of a soliloquy. I didn't realize I had stopped. Lost in your thoughts. That sounds positively dreadful. What's that supposed to mean? I was just thinking about what? Never mind. Imagine that's just begging for another round of derision. That's not why I wanted to get your attention either way. What happened there? Where? Your arm. It's cut. Morgana pointed to a gash sticking out from beneath my sleeve. While it wasn't a very deep wound, it was hardly a mere scratch either. Oh, yeah, that's, you know. I decidedly do not know. It's not important. Don't worry about it. Use that on yourself. Huh? The ointment. Stop wasting it on my face, which is never going to heal, and use it on yourself. No need to get so worked up about it, Morgana. I am not worked up. I am simply expressing my discontent at your foolishness. Which I'm pretty sure is the definition of being worked up. Regardless,
Don't use any more ointment on me. Use it on yourself. I'm sure we'll appreciate actually being useful for once. Last I checked, medicine doesn't have feelings. Really, it's not that bad. And besides, I'm only gonna get more, so what's the difference? You're going to get more? And what are you going to do that would make you say that? Yeah, I'm, too sinful to admit. Wait, hold on, wait, what? I think he should use a better ointment. You're an abhorrent man.
No, I swear, it's nothing bad. You win, I'll tell you. I was hoping to keep it a secret. I'm, doing a little training.
Training?
Yeah, crime and unrest have been on the rise in the slums. Oh, well, not just the slums, the city proper, too. Things were quiet for a while after the slave revolt, but the Lord suddenly imposed a major tax increase about 6 months ago, which have resulted in a significant number of people being unable to afford living in the city. To put it simply, the iron fist is squeezing even tighter than ever. And as a result, there's been a huge influx of people into the slums. You know how tight things are already, don't you? What do you suppose happens when you have limited resources and space and suddenly twice as many people vying for their share? People have started trying to stake out their territory, and they're fighting hard to defend it. People are mugging and robbing each other over scraps. It's a mess.
I had no idea.
Not many thieves pick makeshift graveyards as their marks, after all. Though in this case, I actually think that you being isolated is probably to your benefit. But in any event, me and the rest of the gang had formed a band of peacekeepers of sorts.
Peacekeepers? Is that not the city guard's job? They probably don't even come to the slums. Hello, Extian! Oh no, Majima's worst decision ever. Oh my god, I remember that. What a great sub-story. One of his, I think his best one has got to be the hustle. That was his best one. And his plot with Makoto. Wow, what a story. I'm sorry, Yakuza 0 is one of the greatest games of all time. There, I'm gonna say it. Yeah, you're doing a disservice if you don't at least watch a Let's Play of it.
The gods have never given a damn about the slums. Why waste manpower on people who can't even pay their taxes?
Yep, that's what I thought.
And as far as the Lord and his men are concerned, we're just leeching off his land. We're damn lucky he doesn't make an active effort to chase those all out. That means it's our responsibility to protect ourselves.
I see. So you're training to use a sword as part of this band of peacekeepers.
In short, yeah.
Interesting.
Interesting? In what way?
Give me the ointment.
Oh, I'm not done with you.
What's even left? You've done more than enough. Now give it to me.
Here.
Roll up your sleeve.
You're not gonna put it on me, are you? Like I said, I don't need...
How many times have I told you the exact same thing? And how many times have you listened to me? This is payback for all the times you refused to listen to me. You can't argue with that, can you?
No, I guess I can't.
What are you smirking about?
Nothing.
They have such a great brother-sister relationship here. What happened, Jacopo? What happened to you? Try to keep this sort of thing to a minimum, if you would.
Huh? Why would I want to limit my training time?
I need to be prepared for whatever might come my way.
That madman of a lord could be scheming to send his soldiers in as we speak.
I'm sure there are others more suited for the job. You don't seem like you would be especially adept with a blade. Hello, DSJ. Welcome to the stream.
Hey, don't judge my skill by my appearance.
Really? I think Jacopo looks pretty buff. I mean, he's no Grecian, but like, he seems really physically fit.
I'll have you know I'm the second strongest member of the gang.
Oh, yes. That's very reassuring.
You're on fire today, huh? Since you seem to have forgotten, I put up a damn decent fight against the Lord during the... Oh god, what the hell is wrong with me? Why am I digging up some of the most painful memories for a cheap brag? Anyway, you get the idea. I'm pretty good with a sword, so you don't need to worry about me.
I see. And out of curiosity, was the strongest member.
Excuse me? Why would she ask me to my face to give her the name of the one man stronger than me?
It's not a difficult question.
Some asshole named Grecian.
Of course. Interesting. Well, I hope he remains number 1, and you stay number 2 forever.
And why exactly would you want that? The whole reason I've been training so hard is so I can surpass Grecian. And she wants me to stay below him? Unbelievable. I gotta train with King Kai to get a secret technique to surpass Grecian's power. Huh, I get it. It's easier for you to look down on me if there's someone who can put me in my place for you.
That isn't why.
No? Well, mind telling me why?
The strongest member of a group is the one who usually stands on the front lines. Yeah, exactly, she doesn't want to see him hurt.
What's your point? The most qualified person leads the charge, yes. I don't see anything wrong with that.
It puts them at greater risk.
Wait. Are you concerned for my safety?
It's not you I'm concerned about. Your death will simply make life more difficult for the girls at the brothel. And she cares for them too. Oh god, they had such a good familial relationship. Jacopo, why did you have to ruin it by being gross? By turning into such a gross bastard. Oh god.
Well, would you look at that? You, worried about me. I guess even you have a soft spot or two.
Oh, for heaven's sake. I already told you that's not why I'm all done. thanks. No, I assume you're finished with your business here, so feel free to make yourself scarce. No need to be rude. Or do you have some ulterior motive for wanting me gone? For one, it's impossible for the dead to rest in peace with you around. Maybe try thinking about the living voice for once. I've never really cared for how much importance people put on showing respect for the dead. It all seems so pointless to me. Your blasphemy knows no ends, does it? When your time comes, you're going to find yourself with no one to grieve over your loss. Oh, wow. Oh, wow. Oh, wow. Damn, foreshadowing. Foreshadowing. Fine with me. People only want their salt while they're alive. And what about the afterlife? Who's got time to think about the next life when when you live in an overcrowded slum, where someone might kill you one day for a couple of coins? All the more reason to take it into consideration. The consequences of one's actions in life the consequences one's actions in life have on the next should serve to encourage us to always do what is right. I greatly pity Jacopo. Void Dweller, I pity him. For what happened to him and how he turned out. God damn it. Like, it just makes it hurt more seeing how he is now. How things went so wrong. And now Morgana doing all this foreshadowing right here. Not sure I buy that. I'm done with this conversation. I don't think there is any getting through that thick skull of yours. If I offended you, I apologize. I didn't mean to. Say, Morgana. Would you mind humming that song you're so fond of for me? What? Where did that come from? I'm in a good mood today. And what better way to improve a good day than with good music? I do not follow that line of reasoning one bit. Why should I have to sing to make you feel better? What's the big deal? It doesn't hurt anyone. If you have even half a heart, you'll do this tiny little favor for me. Yes, because trying to manipulate me is a wonderful way to make me want to do anything for you. Okay, I'm sorry. Yeah, I think Morgana's right in that case. That was mean of me. Please? That doesn't sound very sincere. But fine, I'll do it. Facing away from me, Morgana dropped to the grassy ground, staring off into the distance and began to hum. I'm guessing this is the song right now. It wasn't a hymn or a requiem for the dead, but a folk song the Goyles at the brothel would sometimes sing. No one seemed to know who had written it, though. The lyrics were slightly vulgar, and people were supposed to clap and hoot along with the music. But Morgana only hummed the melody, leaving the rest of that out. In isolation and sung with her voice, it became a thing of beauty. It was pure, untainted by the filthiness of the slums, unobscured by the crudeness of the people who normally sang it. In many ways, it was hard to believe they were the same song. This felt like it was hers, like it existed solely for her to be heard in her voice. Listening to her sing, I sprawled down in the grass. The blue sky spread out above me. It's okay, Ji-chan. I think it's great that everybody likes different things. You know? The blue sky spread out above me as far as the eye could see. And as I gazed up into it, all my problems seemed to fade away. That I lived in a dirty slum, that the Lord was digging his claws even deeper into the city. Oh, Ji-chan, seriously. I love it when you're around, honestly, Ji-chan. You just brighten up everything. Thank you for coming along, even though I know you're here for often the most depressing games that I play. That I was in the middle of a makeshift graveyard for those who had no one else. It all just disappeared. I felt almost as though I had ascended into heaven. The voice sound behind Morgana sing, if memory served, approximately a year earlier. At the time, she was still completely walled off, much like she had been when I first brought her to the slums. She always kept her eyes on her feet, and she spoke in a soft voice, frequently pausing. Hold on, sorry guys, just have to reconfigure my position here. I hope that didn't make any too much microphone noise there. She was wary of everyone, including me. One day I went to put ointment on her face and she shouted, roared, practically for me not to touch her. To be honest, it was somewhat aggravating. You're way too nice to me, Soros. Another, I asked about her father, and she just pointed up at the sky, saying, "He's up there." Which I took to mean he was dead, so I dropped the subject, and got back to applying ointment to her. Oh no, my foot fell asleep. Ah, jeez. It's all tingly. Ah, jeez. At some point, I started humming the song, which I picked up from the Goyles. And upon hearing that, she told me she was quite fond of it. No, you guys are being way too nice to me. I can be quite a bitch. if a situation arises, trust me, I get annoyed quite easily. Yeah. And then she began singing, Immediately, I found myself entranced by her voice. Though she's always spoken soft, muffled tones, her singing voice was incredibly clear. Like I was listening to a chorus of angels. Of course, the moment I put that thought into words, it'll lose all its potency. It'll just turn into some loser's cheap pickup line. It really is something, though. If he told me a voice could raise the dead, I would be inclined to believe it. It's just that beautiful. While it was true Morgana could be difficult and wasn't the most affable, I knew that at heart she was a sensitive and compassionate girl. That she would come to the graveyard every day and pray for peace for all the forgotten souls was more than enough proof of that. Though she surrounded herself with high walls, she was probably the kindest, most loving person I knew. Oh, goddammit, I didn't see... And that was what drew me to her. Didn't matter what anyone said about her, how quick they were to judge her as ugly as standoffish. Uh-oh. I knew they were all wrong. It would be wonderful if I could just spend the rest of my days listening to her sing. Oh, Jacopo. Don't make it weird, Jacopo. I know my saying that is absolutely futile. Hello, Magikarp! Welcome to the stream. Are you asleep? I'm awake. I was just resting my eyes. Oh. And I was about to accuse you of being boorish, for having the audacity to ask me to sing and then fall asleep. The fact is that you were almost upset seemed to see you want to be heard, despite how much you protested it. No, I simply... Oh, I got the perfect idea. We can build a makeshift stage at the pub and have you sing for everyone. What? Don't worry, it'll be fine. You can wear a mask if you don't want anyone to see your face. Oh, that's a good idea. You don't even have to get on stage if you'd rather not. You can just sing from behind the curtain. I would be way too scared to do anything like that. Who knows? You could end up being a big hit. Come one, come all, hear the soothing song of the enigmatic siren. Absolutely not. No? I think it's a pretty good idea myself. Oh, is it because you don't like taking other people's money? I wasn't planning on charging. I just thought it'd be nice if more people could hear. As I already said, absolutely not. And if you push the issue any further, I'll never sing for you again. Yeah, I think I would react in the same way Morgana is right now. I have a paralyzing fear of getting in front of people. Like, if it's something I'm passionate about. Like, when I was speaking, I used to do presentations for stuff in science. And I could do that. That was fairly simple for me because, you know, I was just presenting data. You know, I just, you know, remember what I'm going to say. I present what the, you know, the results of the experiments and things like that. And, you know, that's fine. Getting in front of people to say stuff like that. I mean, it's not like you, in lab meetings, they want you to put on a freaking act or judging you for your speaking ability. You're just trying to get the information out in a succinct way. But to do something for people's entertainment, like that is just beyond terrifying for me. That idea. That would be just so personal for me.
Noted. Forget I said anything. Seemed like a good opportunity to get her interacting with more people, but I guess not. Such a pretty voice is wasted on just me.
Well, that's different, Ji-chan. I'm just reading out text in voices. I'm not singing or anything like that. I can't sing. I don't think I'll ever be able to sing. I don't know. I don't think my voice is, well, you know. I don't think my voice is built for such a thing. What? You look like you have something else to say.
Nope, not a thing. Well, I'm not gonna force her if she's opposed to it. Say, Morgana. There's something I've been wondering for a while now.
Again, Magikarp, I said, that depends on if you have enough innate talent for, you know, to actually bring out any kind of singing.
You've never actually called me by my name, have you? And where did that come from? I've just been thinking about it, and I can't recall a single time you've done it in the more than 2 years we've known each other. Don't tell me you've forgotten my name. Are you kidding me? I remember it, yes. I don't like that emphasis on remember. Is it really that big of a deal? There's rarely ever anyone else around, so it's not like you don't know when I'm talking to you. Besides, I'm planning to leave when I get older, so I don't see much point in getting very attached to anyone. Do you have a destination in mind? Not yet. Why are you thinking so far ahead then? You're 11 years old. You still got a few years before you're old enough to be independent. And you're gonna spend the whole time keeping everyone at arm's length? I just think, maybe it's about time you took down some of those walls. Might take a little weight off your shoulders in the process.
It's hard to believe how young she is with how mature she is, you know? Yeah, Ji-chan, absolutely, like, seriously. Yeah, she's 11, yeah, it's insane. I know, it's completely insane.
I'm not gonna say you have to, though. Anyway, I should head out. I've got work to do. Try not to stay out here too late, okay? I'll be leaving as soon as you're gone. I could walk you back then.
I can make it back fine on my own, thank you.
As you wish. Hey, Morgana.
I thought you were leaving.
One day I'll show you the world.
Oh, God. Ugh. Do you ever get tired of saying that?
No, it's my favorite Aladdin song. You gotta think big. Dream.
Oh, Jacopo, what happened to you?
The world's changing all around us. A life just fighting to make it by day to day is hardly a life at all.
What happened to you, Jacopo? What happened to you? Oh, God.
I don't want to spend the rest of my days confined to this tiny little corner of the world.
Well, try not to let your dreams grow so big they crush you. My God, Morgana out here dropping freaking foreshadowing bombs.
I'm sure I'll be fine.
And then the freaking narrator from, oh God, Curb Your Enthusiasm just comes out and says like he wouldn't be fine. Like, oh God. Oh God. Ugh. That would be terrifying, XTN.
I'll just have you sing for me if it gets to be overwhelming.
Why would I be there?
Why wouldn't you? It's hard to show you the world if I don't bring you with me. Knowing you still won't know where you want to go. So I'll bring you with me. I can find a place for you together. Pretty good deal, huh?
I don't need to see the world. All I want is... Okay, good night, Soars. Thank you so much for coming.
Huh? What was that?
Nothing.
Now I'm even more curious.
It's nothing, really. Now go on, shoo.
Fine, fine. See you later.
Damn, the time has flown by, hasn't it? We're an hour and 40 minutes into the stream, but it does not feel like that at all. Holy shit, damn. Doesn't he ever get tired of chasing me down, day after day? I thought as I watched him walk off. Quite honestly, I didn't understand that man one bit. Apparently a lot of people respected him, and he seemed to have a fairly large social circle as well. I couldn't fathom why someone like him would go out of his way to spend time with me. It wasn't for lack of people to talk to, and it certainly wasn't because we got along. Never mind my face, which couldn't possibly be pleasant for anyone to be subjected to for any amount of time. Would he go so far out of simple pity? Hopefully he doesn't have ulterior motives.
At long last, your face is healed. I spent enough money on you to build a house. You're gonna pay me back tenfold. Oh God. Now go forth, Morgana. Wake!
be the greatest toll this prodigal has ever seen. Whoa! Oh my god. He's probably not that devious. Enough foolish speculation. It's going to start getting dark soon. I should head back. The brothel was always rather quiet at this time of day. The girls worked at night, so they were generally asleep while the sun was out. I'd say it would, Void Dweller, but I don't think they had that kind of technology back in this time. And it was my job to take care of cleaning, laundry, and preparing meals while they rested. When I first arrived here, everything seemed so filthy. And while I still felt that way to a degree, nights, when they were open for business, were still miserable. I wasn't quite so prejudiced against the girls themselves anymore. They were kind to me. Treated me like a sister. Or tried to, at least. I kept them at a distance, though. I didn't so overtly spurn them as I had before. But as the holy daughter of God, I could not form familial relationships with prostitutes. I could not delight in being pampered by them. My unwillingness to open up probably disheartened them. But still they did not throw me out or lash back at me for it. And no one made any remarks about my face. As prostitutes, they frequently caught all sorts of diseases. In my more than 2 years here, several had even passed away. One had gotten hives all over her body, transforming from fairly pretty to absolutely hideous in only a few days' time. And they had seen considerably more than me, so they had no reason to comment on a girl with little flesh missing from her face. Which wasn't to say everyone was so sympathetic for me. I should get a fire started. I'd taken care of most of the cleaning before leaving for the cemetery, so my next task was preparing food for the day. Supplies had been scant as of late, which meant today I was making yet another watery vegetable soup. Oh right, he mentioned crime was on the rise. That would explain the trouble getting supplies. And here I am, completely oblivious to what's going on outside. From time to time, I would catch one of the girls saying, often with an uncomfortable laugh, "She's still the same old Morgana." But personally, I felt as though I had changed quite a bit since arriving here. No longer being intrinsically disgusted by prostitutes was big enough, but even more significantly, how pathetic. I had become astutely aware of how much I was on the receiving end of others' generosity. Oh, sorry, hold on, I got clicked off for a bit here. Before coming here, the thought would have never even occurred to me. I was always the giver of generosity. The saint everyone, man, woman, and child alike, came to for help. I hadn't told anyone what I was, though, so I didn't get any of that special treatment. And perhaps that was part of what had allowed me to change. Of course, because I kept all that tightly locked up inside, the only thing people saw was an aloof little girl. Oh, finally the coal is lit. Now to add tinder. Knock knock! I don't know who that is. What? Knock knock knock! I'm thinking it's the barmaid girl. Huh? What? Who's that? And who shouts knock knock instead of knocking? She actually was saying it. Everyone is asleep, so I can't just hope for someone else to deal with it. But someone's going to wake up eventually if she keeps yelling. But everyone's exhausted and they need their rest. Knock, knock, knock! Oh, for heaven's sake, quiet down out there. Oh my God, who are you? Someone brand new. I think I know what voice to give her. Like, finally, someone. Ah! What are you screaming for? Like, are you okay? Why wouldn't I be? I'm rather more concerned about you myself. Like your face! Like, look at your face! Right. My face. It's just... I heard they treated girls good here! You can be what, like, maybe like 10 years old? And look at you! Huh? Unbelievable. What kind of terrible man would a little girl like you that make... and give all this nasty diseases? Does she think I'm a prostitute? Hold on, please. You're jumping to conclusions. Huh! Don't you worry. Like, you got a friend in me. No, that's not what... like, there's still hope. Tomorrow will, like, totally be a better day. I'm not. Is it, like, not because of a disease, then? Yes. Thank you, finally. No one gave me any disease. Like you're being tortured! Wow. Like, now that I get a closer look at you, like your hands are all turned up too. Like, do they really like bust out the whip that often here? No one like, I can't believe my eyes. Like, who would do this to such a little girl? Excuse me. I like to give the man in charge, like, a totally stern talking to. It's his job to protect the girls. Excuse me. Knock, knock, knock! Shut up and listen to me! Ow! I didn't mean to do that. Oh, Father, I pray for your forgiveness, for I have disobeyed your teachings and raised my hand against my fellow man. Like, Nothing for me, like the one who actually got kicked. Ahem. Before you do anything, you could perhaps introduce yourself. That's what I get for jumping to conclusions. Like, I've always had this super bad habit of letting my imagination run wild, you see. Like, so as soon as I, like, saw you, it was like, dark, dank dungeons! A little girl hung upside down, buck naked. A big smirking shirtless man like a cat in nine tails. Like, gagged me with a spoon. Like, the girl screams, echoing on the cold stone. Like, will she, like, live to see another day? That sort of thing. Like, it keeps going too. Next, a dashing young man appears to rescue the girl, but he secretly... Oh, shut your mouth for me, would you? Aye, aye. Oh, shucks. You're allowed to breathe, sweetheart. Ah! Okay, so, what was your name, sweetheart? Oh, here's one with more boobs than brains. Saren. Like, oh my god, wait. Is her name really Karen? Wait. Wait, what? Is her name? Wait. Oh, it's Jaren. Oh, Jaren. Okay, I would have never got that. Thanks. Jaren, the Karen of the 10th century here. Jaren, spelled C-E-R-E-N, like that's J-E, like Chester, and Ran, like ransom. Oh my god. Oh, shut your dang mouth for me, would you? But sweetheart, y'all are allowed to breathe. God, it's way too early for this shit. Maria, you are best character. Seriously, you are the best. Like, God, I love you so fucking much, Maria. Oh my god, Maria. What is it, like noon? 1? Should I have not let her in? Oh no, you're fine. I've known we were getting a new girl for a few days now. I sure wasn't expecting this. Y'all don't have to keep your mouth shut permanently. Oh, Jesus Christ. If y'all have something to say, spit it out, tits for brains. So, is this like the part where I get fired before I even start? Oh, Jesus freaking Christ on a stick. Tell me something, would you? Do y'all like to play this way around your clients? Because it is a complete boner killer, I can assure y'all. Well, there might be a specific guy who likes their girls dumb as a post, but I doubt there are that many. Like, what? Is there something wrong with how I act? Moving on. Stand right there for me. And for the love of all that is holy, hold still. Yes'm! So, like, what you gonna do? Just hush and hold still, sweetheart. Huh? You're staring holes through me. Oh, just a little more? Like you're getting real up close and personal there. Need to make sure you're up to par. Par with what? Like, is this like necessary? Oh, that was Maria. Like, hello? All right, at ease, soldier. You pass. You're hired. Like, really? Sweet! So, like, what was all that about? Oh, you're going to have an exam first, obviously. I see! I'll tell you all this, though. If y'all weren't cute as hell, I'd have thrown you out on your ass. Ah! Am I really like that cute? Oh, you're making me blush. Y'all realize that wasn't a compliment, right? Anyway, y'all can start work tomorrow. Today, familiarize yourself with the rules and layout of this place. Although I think we'll need a freaking crayon version for y'all. Aye, aye, man. Morgana, can I ask y'all to show her around? What? All right. Oh, thanks a bunch. Much obliged. Y'all don't have to copy my accent, sugar. Sorry. I'm already beginning to regret this. Like, talk about culture shock, though. I've, like, never even seen a place with a woman manager. Oh, yeah, I'm not the manager. Just an old hat. So, like, where's the big boss hiding then? No boss here, just us girls. What? You don't have a manager, really? Nope. Y'all find yourself this is more like a community than anything. Bunch of girls with nowhere else to go banded together and built this place up. And it's been going like that for more than a decade now. From what I've been told, it started at just a little shack. Didn't even have proper flooring. But by the time I showed up, facilities were a little nicer. The roof still leaked like a bitch, though, and we didn't have nearly as many rooms set up as we do now. But we worked our tails off over the years, scrunched together money and time to patch it up, and grow it into what you see now. Ah, neato. Yup, she totally gets the Valley Girl voice. Of course, not having someone specifically in charge of running the place does come with its own set of challenges. Like, does that? Sounds like a pretty good deal to me. Everyone, like, got to do their own thing. Oh, it's not that simple, unfortunately, sweetheart. Makes it more difficult to iron things out with the community and other businesses when trouble arises. And of course, it means we have no one financing us. So every day's a struggle to make it to the next. Any day could be our last. It could all come crashing down. Toss out any illusions of job security. Like, not so neato. Like, I'm so super duper impressed though. Major props. Yep. Like, you guys have made this one heck of a place for the slums. Well, yeah, I suppose. I'll take that, I guess. Like, you don't sound very happy about it. Well, I mean, pretty much everyone who founded this place is dead now. So kinda sucks. It's one of the risks of the job. Y'all work your ass off just to add another day, and ended up taking 3 days off in the process. So once y'all got enough to do whatever you need to do, you walk out that door and never come back. Got it? Whether you got a debt to pay off or friends or family need a little extra money, once you're done, be done. Like, you're not gonna ask what I need the money for? Oh, if a girl looks like trouble, I'll talk to her and have some guys look into it. But you? No, y'all don't strike me as the type. If y'all were up to no good, I feel like it'd be pretty obvious. Side sugar, I've been in this business long enough to know it's not the top of most girls' dream job lists. Most of us have been through some nasty shit. We don't come here to have other people digging around through it. Boss! Huh? Boss? What? You're sweet, thoughtful, and heck of boss, so I'll call you boss. Oh yeah, woo! Sharon, you get that vibe from her too. Yeah, she is super badass. Like, I remember, like, in one of the labs I worked in, like, my boss, she was so cool. I was like, oh my god, wow, she is super badass. Like, like, she published, like, over 100 papers, and, like, she was just, like, oh, man, she just had the coolest attitude. And, like, you know, and, like, she constantly called her colleagues, like, fuckwit and things like that, but, like, in, like, an endearing way. And she was, oh my god, she was so badass. Oh my god, I really wish I could have kept working there, but they ran out of grant money for me. Oh my god, seriously, wow, what a boss. Woo! She was such a badass. I think that's the only time I've fangirled over somebody in real life. Although I never did it to her face, obviously. But inside I was like, ah! Like every time she was being so cool. Like, it's perfect! I thought I told y'all we don't have a boss here. Boss! Well, no harm in y'all taking a liking to me, I guess. Anyway, I'm gonna go crash again. Morgana can answer any questions y'all got. Aye, aye. Also, any more hollering while I'm trying to sleep, and I'll rip that pretty little head off your shoulders and shove it between your legs. Got it? Oh my god, Maria is so cool. Ah, jeez. Yes, boss. Like, all right, Morgana, lead the way. Sure. Before we go, though, I have questions. What is 2 plus 2? 22. Yes. Exactly as I thought. Did I pass? Yay! Are you incapable of speaking like a human being? Like, what do you mean? Does it really require explanation? Oh! I get it! Like, we're friends now, so you don't have to talk so stiff-like. Oh my god! Apparition, is this the scene you wanted me to see? Oh my god. You call that stiff? Yeah, why? Though, like, to tell you the truth, I like kind of forgotten how to talk casual. Guess that's just what happens whenever you run around who's a big cheese. I'm very respectful of my seniors, I'll have you know. My senpai. This conversation is going nowhere. So let's go. Aye! No, it's okay. I can definitely get through this scene, apparition. I was asking if it was after this scene. I can definitely get through this scene, no problem. I'm not feeling tired in the slightest. So, like, you're a couple years back? Neato. You gonna start working here once your face all clears up? I have no intention of becoming a prostitute. No. And Maria's already said she will respect that. So, meh. Instead, I am tasked with other chores, such as cooking and cleaning, in order to earn my keep. Oh! Huh. Like, Maria's even more generous than I thought. Generous? Most places wouldn't look after a sick girl for that long. Let alone give her a room of her own, and buy her own ointment. The ointment is his doing, technically speaking. But I suppose she's right. You're right. I've begun to feel this way the same way recently. Taking care of a few chores cannot possibly counterbalance the burden my being here places on everyone else. They would surely all be better off without me. What? Like, that's not what I meant at all. Sure, like, maybe it doesn't balance out, maybe. She's literally saying maybe. Like, they're letting me stay here out of the kindness of their hearts. But that don't mean you'd be better off anywhere elsewhere. That you're not playing your weight. You've been here for all what? All of what, an hour? How can you possibly know that? Just look at this place. It's better looking than a lot of places outside the slums. And it's you who've been keeping it so clean, Morgana. Like the last place I was at, it was dirtier than a bear's bunghole. I won't ask you how you know that, how dirty a bear's bunghole is. Oh, it's easy. Like one time some guy asked me to... I said I do not need to know. Like, but this is like heaven compared to like that. Like, without you around, Morgana, the girls, like, wouldn't be able to sleep so, like, comfortably. Like, oh my god. Perhaps. Ah! Are you, like, blushing? You're blushing, aren't ya? Like, it's nothing to be ashamed of. You can even jump into my arms if you want.
You know.
Huh? Huh? Huh?
You're incredibly obnoxious.
My heart! Like, for a second there, like she almost had me feeling a little better about myself. But that was me. That was Morgana.
For a second there, she almost had me feeling a little better about myself. But that went right out the window.
So, like, you came here a couple years back. That would have been right around when the Lord's slaves revolted, yeah?
Yes, right about then.
Hello, Princess of Valence. Like, I wish I could have been there for it. I bet it was all sorts of crazy.
You mean you weren't around when it happened?
Like, nope. I wasn't in these parts till about a year ago or so. So, like, I've only heard the stories. Like, back when the uprising happened, I wasn't even in this country. I was way, way, way far away.
I see. So you've only moved here recently, then?
No, like, didn't move. I was kidnapped. Really?
What?
Like, I'm a bit of an airhead, if you haven't noticed.
How fascinating. They usually aren't self-aware.
Like, one day I was just suddenly taken captive. And then, like, I got sold off like a major bummer.
What? Really?
Yeah.
She was taken captive and sold off. I didn't mishear her, did I?
Like, oh.
You talk about that, like just part of your daily routine.
Well, like, it is the second time it's happened.
It is?
Okay, like, back to the tour then, shall we?
What? This raises even more questions.
Like, Hermes, like, this just raises further questions. Oh my god. Oh yeah! Like, I've been thinking about what I'm gonna call you, Morgana.
What do you want to call me? Is that not what my name is for?
Like, nicknames. Stop when you're making friends. Duh! So, like, from now on, I'm gonna call you Morgs. How appropriately morbid. How appropriately morbid. Oh my god. For her personality. M-O-R-G-S. And with a hard G. Not a soft one. Just so there's no confusion.
Thank you. I would have never figured it out without your help.
Yeah, like, I know, I'm like totally good at pronunciation. Marks!
Can you not call me that? It rather gets on my nerves.
Really? Like, you can call me Jerry.
You can't be serious. I suppose we should get Tom in here for you. Good heavens. I cannot keep up with this girl. Anyway, that about covers it. All that's left to show you is the storeroom.
Like, weren't we just there?
Yes, but there's a second one. Below us.
Like, below the floor? And junk?
I made my way to the corner of the room, crouching down and pulling up one of the floorboards. From beneath it appears a staircase leading downward.
Oh! Underground storage. Nice and cool to keep things fresh, too.
This room serves a second purpose, though.
Like,
It's also a shelter for us to hide in should any sort of trouble arise. So don't go blabbing about it.
Oh. Huh.
Fortunately, it has not yet been used for that purpose. But we're not in the safest area, so we must be prepared for anything.
Yeah. Like, that makes sense. Nice as a place this is. I guess it is still in the slums.
Indeed.
Like, here's hoping we don't ever have to use it. Knock on wood.
Indeed.
So, like, that's everything then? Like, I've seen the whole place?
Yes, that's everything. Or I suppose I should show you the kitchen as...
Ah! What's up?
I completely forgot I was trying to start a fire! I scrambled back to the kitchen, but as I feared, it was far too late. The coals were long since dead. All that work for nothing.
Looks like you got a bit an airheaded side too, Morgs. We're just like sisters.
And who do you think is to blame for that?
Like, it's alright, we can get it lit together.
Together? This is all your responsibility!
Like I said, a team. Morgs and Jerry. They could make, like, you know, a cartoon about us, about a cat and mouse.
As the sun began to set and meal preparations were complete. Oh, this is just normal. As the sun began to set and the meal preparations were complete. Oh, I think this is actually, this is a new scene, I think. I actually think, this is a good place to stop. But wow, what a nice turn this has taken so far. Oh wait, did you want me to see this scene apparition, or do you think this is a good place to stop? I think what you wanted is for me to... Oh, okay. This is what you want to see. Then I'll definitely get to this since I'm still feeling awake. It'll be an extra long one. Oh, no. Wait, so wait, was the scene with Jaren what you wanted to see, or was this the scene you wanted to see? Because if it is, then I'll do it, but
If it's not, then I'll stop here. Oh, the one before. Okay, good. Then, alright, then let's save. Okay, you guys. Well, this took a lovely turn, but we know, what's gonna happen. We know what's gonna happen soon. Sadly, because of the time skip. Oh, God. Next time, in 2 days, we're gonna go back to Artanelico. And then on Friday, it is time for more Fata Morgana. Thank you guys so much for joining me for this. Until next time, I will say, so long, farewell, auf Wiedersehen, good night. You are all the sweetest of hearts. See ya.